Blessed be everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to share with you how being a witch can change you and how it's changed me. But before I do, hi, I'm Sandra, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. I'm from mysterywitchschool.com and I help witches establish a practice, a witchcraft practice that actually connects them to nature, to spirit and the divine. Because I know that so many witches out there are overwhelmed about what to do, how to do it, and when to do it, because there is a lot of information out there and it is really difficult to do this by yourself. So I do help teach and mentor through my courses and also through one-on-one coaching. And if you are curious about where to start your witchcraft practice, have a look at my free video, How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. The link is in the description field below this video. I wanted to do another video about witchcraft, my experiences of it, and how it's affected me, because we're all in this in order to have an experience. We're all in this because we're wanting something. We feel something is missing, and that somehow practicing the craft and really connecting back to our creative, magical selves is a way to put back whatever it is that we feel is missing. So much of our lives in our culture, modern culture, is about what's going on outside of ourselves. We're distracted by a lot of things that are going on outside of ourselves. And so when we're walking through life and when we're by ourselves, we have these moments of feeling like something's missing, something's just not right. I don't know what I'm doing here. What does all of this even mean? And I personally have found that the witchcraft path is a path that has actually helped me connect to myself and what I'm doing here. And it's been a long journey, okay? It's been a 30-year journey for me. I haven't always been totally 100% in the Wiccan or witchcraft practices. I have journeyed out into other spiritual traditions such as Buddhism. I'm even part of a Gurdjieff Sufi group. So I have ventured out and seen what other religions and experiences there are out there. But I've always come back to this place of connecting to nature, which is essentially what witchcraft is about. It's connecting to all and everything, and we literally connect to nature. So I'd say that one of the ways that witchcraft will change you is it'll help you feel more connected to nature, particularly as you are connecting with the elements, with the earth, with fire, with air and with water. You'll be connecting to all of those aspects of ourselves and aspects of nature. You'll be more attuned to the energies of these elements and the different ways these elements move around, and the different ways that they can be really, really calm, and they can also be, on the other side, can be quite destructive. So you get to see the polarity and the way that there is always that moving through and the dance between the two poles, the positives and negatives, or the light and the dark, and how it is part of nature that we move through these poles. And connecting to nature when you're doing your spell work, especially if you're working with things of the earth such as herbs and crystals, and connecting to those when you go out and forage for your herbs, when you are working with them, handling them, touching them, you're connecting to nature. And so I think that's one of the big things that changes you. You become more aware of nature, and you become more aware of the power behind nature. That, nature isn't just about looking at the trees or going to a rainforest on the weekend. That nature is full of energy, and that every aspect of nature corresponds to our own desires and our own reason for being here. Every plant, every crystal, even working with animal spirits, they all correspond to various different things. We're all connected to the universe. And so we work with our plants, we work with animal spirits, we work with the minerals, the rocks, the crystals, in order to connect us to our own purpose, to our own desires, to our own needs, and just feeling like we're a part of something bigger than ourselves. And that is a really beautiful feeling, to feel that we're part of something that is bigger than us, but also that we're a part of, that we're an expression of. And this does change you, because when you feel that connection to nature, when you start to feel that connection to spirit, that starts to move out into your relationships with other people. And this is where you start to notice the changes. You'll notice some people will leave your life because they won't be able to deal with the different you, and other people will come into your life, and your relationships will change with people. Hopefully for the better, because you're changing for the better. You're changing, you're becoming more connected, you understand that we're all connected, and so you're not going to want to be involved with other people or situations where it's creating conflict, where it's creating something negative for both you and for them. You're going to want more harmony. You're going to want to be creating relationships that are more harmonious, and with people who are also going to help you be able to express more of who you are, and also be with people where you can allow them to express more of who they are. So that's a really positive aspect of the connection. Connecting to spirit, and seeing and talking to spirits, experiencing the spirits, experiencing how they can work in your life for the better, how they can help you, changes you, because you know you're not alone. You know you're not alone in this world. Even if you feel alone, you feel lonely, you find it maybe difficult to connect to people, because people can be difficult, and a lot of us have grown up in dysfunctional families and had various different traumas in our childhood that create distrust in people and distrust in society in general. And so often that can leave us feeling very detached. It can leave us feeling very alone. And when we connect with spirit, we can actually feel like we have connection. We have beings that we can talk to. We have beings we can connect with. And that's the start of understanding that we do have the capacity to connect. And when we work with these beings and work on ourselves and are able to stand more in our power, stand more in our meaning, then it makes it easier for us to navigate our way through the human world and open up the heart chakra to be able to be loved and to give love. So many of us walk around with closed heart chakras because we just don't feel safe connecting to other people. And the witchcraft work through connecting to nature and connecting to spirit can help open that heart chakra up to connecting with other human beings, so that we can work with them and we can have relationships with them. So that's the connection to nature, connection to spirit, the connection to magic, realizing that magic is real, that when we are in the right frame of mind, when we're connected to who we are, we're connected to all and everything, we can create the lives that we want to create. Magic is creating, it's part of the creative aspect. So many people who are drawn to witchcraft are creative people. A lot of us are artists. We've got arts backgrounds, whether that's in visual arts, whether that's in performing arts. There's generally quite a lot of arts and craft background. So many witches like to make things. So we're very creative. And witchcraft, of course, gives you that opportunity to be even more creative, because you can create pretty much everything that you need in the craft. People create their own athames, their own wands. People create their own bags to put things in, creating all sorts of things. So it's very much about bringing your creativity out. So it will change you in the sense that you'll get to express your creativity more. You realize you are creating more things, and when you create more things, it just allows you to enjoy what you're doing. And a lot of what you end up creating, you may even give as gifts to other people. I have given magical things to other people, like magical potions, to help them bring in some extra income or something, or given people things so that they can actually have magic in their own lives. So it will allow you to feel like you want to give more. And when we're working with witchcraft, we do give. So we work with like offerings to the spirits, offerings of gratitude to the gods and goddesses. So we learn to be more giving. We learn to realize that in order to receive, we need to keep that energy going of giving and receiving, giving and receiving. So it's a spiritual thing to receive. It's also a spiritual thing to give. So that will change you too. You'll understand the nature of giving and receiving. So you might step out of being a taker, if you're a taker, or step out of over-giving if you're too much of a giver, and realize there needs to be a balance between the two. And that's a way that witchcraft can change you for the better. Witchcraft, when it connects you to your purpose, to your meaning, so when you're doing the shadow work aspect of it, that inner inquiry work from it, and you're reconnecting with who you are, when you connect with nature, when you connect with the divine, when you are creating, you're starting to step into more of who you are, and it will feel like coming home. And so you'll be able to be more confident expressing yourself in the world. You'll be able to stand more in your sovereignty. You'll realize you are a sovereign being. You'll realize you came here with a purpose, and you'll become more aware of how other people and the cultures in general try to manipulate you and try to put you into a box in order to suit them, when really you need to be defining your own box, if that's how you want to look at it, or your own purpose, and walking that path and having the power, that inner power, that inner sense of autonomy to be able to say no or to say yes. And it's about empowerment. It's one of the reasons why witchcraft was so frowned on, or magic in general has been so frowned on in the past. It's because when you've got a person who's standing in their sovereignty and in their autonomy and in their power, it's very difficult to manipulate them. It's very difficult to control them. You can't make them do things you want them to do. And so that can be frightening for somebody who's not really in their power, for somebody that is wanting you to somehow fulfill their missing pieces or fulfill their sense of not being powerful. And that's one of the reasons why witchcraft and magic has been looked down on, especially by authorities and various different people in power over the centuries, because you can't control people who are magical people, because we know we're sovereign beings. We know that we've come here for a purpose. We know that we have every right to express our true selves in the world, our true spiritual selves in the world, and that we're on a mission and we're on a purpose. And we can bring the best out in humans, we can bring the best out in the world when we're all able to stand in our spiritual sovereignty. And that's something that a lot of authorities out there don't want, because they want the power and they don't want you having the power, because they feel deep down inside that they're not powerful. They're so caught up in a very materialistic way of seeing the world that they want to take everyone else's power away from them so that they can feel more powerful. But they'll never be able to take enough power away from enough people to feel that power, because they haven't done their own inner work and they haven't got their own inner power happening. So they can take and take and take and take and take as much as they try. They're never going to feel fulfilled. They're always going to feel like something is missing. So the witchcraft path, on a positive note, is a path of empowerment, and it is a beautiful path of connection. And I just wanted to say that it's going to change you in those ways. It's going to help you feel more connected, essentially, to who you are, to spirit, to nature, and to all and everything. That's how it will change you. Your life will have more meaning. It will be more fulfilling. So if you do want to study witchcraft with me, I do have the Mystery Witch School 101 course. It is a 12-month course. It is to help you start a witchcraft practice, a daily practice where you can connect to who you are, to nature and to spirit, so that you can bring all these good things into your life. It's guided so that it gives you step-by-step practices to build on your skills, to build on your experiences, so you're not trying to just try to do everything at once that you've read in a book, because that's impossible. So it is very well paced for people with very busy lifestyles as well. It's just to help you get over the overwhelm and to actually get you practicing, get you started actually walking the path, rather than trying to piece it all together yourself and ending up doing it in the end, or just feeling like I just don't really feel like I'm doing this properly. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description field below this video. It's called the Mystery Witch School 101. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.